The 2022 Formula 1 season saw many iconic and memorable moments as the championship entered into a new era. After the dramatic end to 2021, the 2022 season was more about farewells, outright dominance, and confusion. But that's what makes Formula 1 so good. So here are our top 5 moments from the 2022 season. This list is in no particular order, but it was only fitting to give the number 5 spot to a legend of the sport, Sebastian Vettel, who bid farewell to Formula 1 at the end of the season in Abu Dhabi. The 4-time world champion joined the Formula 1 grid back in 2007 with BMW Sauber, initially substituting for Robert Kubica for the United States Grand Prix. And after starting from 7th and finishing in 8th, he became the sport's youngest ever point scorer. And after taking his first victory for Toro Rosso in 2008, it wouldn't be long before a move to Red Bull saw the German driver become a 4-time world champion. His departure to Ferrari in 2015 brought yet more title challenges before moving to Aston Martin for the 2021 and 2022 seasons. He was one of the most respected drivers in the series, and he was given the Guard of Honour on his way to the grid in Abu Dhabi before celebrating his career with farewell donuts at the end of his final Grand Prix. This year has been a challenging one for Mercedes, taking them 21 races to finally score the first victory of the season. The very reliable car and consistent performances from both Lewis Hamilton and George Russell helped them finish P3 in the Constructors' Championship, and they even took the battle for P2 with Ferrari to the final race of the season. However, there was a glimpse back to 2021 when Hamilton looked like he could challenge for the race victory at Silverstone, passing both Sergio Perez and Charles Leclerc to momentarily rise to P2 in the race. This created one of the most iconic commentary moments, with Crofties and through goes Hamilton going viral. If you thought Verstappen's title in 2021 couldn't be topped, he was announced the 2022 champion by none other than Johnny Herbert. After a rain-affected Japanese Grand Prix, everyone was under the assumption that full points would not be awarded as the full number of laps were not going to be completed. However, Max Verstappen was called back by former Formula 1 driver Johnny Herbert for a second post-race interview where he told him he was world champion. Despite the graphics declaring him champion, the internet and Verstappen himself thought it was wrong and the podium was conducted as normal before Jensen Button then confirmed the news to Verstappen. This moment will go down as one of the craziest moments in Formula 1 history, and in some way it might have took a shine off Verstappen's dominance on his way to the title with the anticlimactic coronation. George Russell has been one of the most impressive drivers on the Formula 1 grid since he arrived in the sport on the back of winning the Formula 2 championship. His move to Mercedes was seen as too late by some people, and he arrived at the team when they were no longer the strongest in the grid, something that did surprise people at the start of 2022. After finishing in the top 5 in his opening 9 races, which included 3 podiums, his streak would come to an end when he was involved in that horrific opening lap incident at Silverstone involving Zhou Guanyu. He would then finish in the top 5 for the following 6 races, and would only fail to finish inside the top 5 when he completed the race on only 2 occasions all season. But the Brazilian Grand Prix would be where we saw the future world champion George Russell once again with a convincing victory ahead of his teammate Lewis Hamilton. The win in the penultimate race of the season would be the highlight of a difficult season for the German team, but the individual performances of Russell throughout the season and his consistency played an integral part of the team avoiding a complete collapse and puts him in a good position going into 2023. And finally, a moment that nobody really expected to happen this season. After being called back into the team at the start of the season when Nikita Mazepin's contract was terminated, Magnuson very quickly adapted to life back at Haas and to the team that were no longer the slowest, but actually had potential to fight for points. With 3 points finishes in his opening 4 races, things were looking good for Magnuson in 2022. However, with the team struggling with updates, he would score points in only 1 race after the summer break. However, with qualifying on Friday night in Brazil due to the sprint format being used that weekend, Magnuson set a lap time that put him fastest in Q3 before Russell spun onto the gravel with the rain starting to fall. With the red flag delay and a very damp track, nobody was able to go faster, and that left Magnuson on pole for the sprint race. but still with an official pole position to his name, a moment that many F1 fans will never forget for how unexpected it was. So that's our top 5 moments of the season. We probably missed loads out, so we need your help in the comment section below, and we might just make another video showcasing those at some point. If you did enjoy today's video, then please hit that like button, and also don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you can join us next time here on the Apex Motorsport.